What's going on? It's Rich Brecklin, your Arizona real estate agent with Real Broker. Today, we're going to talk about what we're seeing in today's market right here in Phoenix, Arizona. And it may not align with what you're hearing from the big media and all the bait and switch and the scare tactics that are going on. And this is really what I'm experiencing with my clients, what my colleagues are saying, and just real life. And hopefully you can find this information useful so you can apply it to yourself when you're coming to buy, sell, whatever it is involving real estate and your future here. Now, if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Again, my name is Rich, real estate agent, originally from Illinois, relocated here, former homicide detective, and I use those skills for my clients who are usually viewers like yourself who reach out, who are looking to relocate and make Arizona home just like we did. So let's get into it. And I was going to save this info for later, but I figure this is some important content to really kick off what we're seeing. So that way you can kind of understand really where we were, so you can understand a little bit better of where we are going. So starting back in 2019, things were normal. There were 81,000 or so homes sold here with an average sales price of $369. Wouldn't that be nice? Average price per square foot, $167. Average days on market, 60. So in general, just normal market, no real craziness. The average wasn't 105% of list to sold price. Then we go into 2020, and it was around March or April. That's when everything really started. We saw a hint of some changes happening, but we did see an increase in home sales up to 86,000 home sales. Average sales price rose because we saw those rates get pulled back, and that rose to $4.25. Average price per square foot up about $22 to $189, and your days on market fell a little bit to 48. Now 2021, that's when pure insanity hit, not just Phoenix Metro, but the country in general. The housing market, it was like nothing we've really ever seen before. And in 2021, there were 88,000 homes sold. Now I'm just talking single family homes when I look at these metrics, and this is in our market here with an average sales price of $541. So just in 2 years, almost a $200,000 gain. And also, this is when the average list to sold price went above 100% to 101.22, and your average price per square foot almost $200 more than what it was 2 years prior to 246. Average days on market was around a month. So we all know how that was. And then last year, 2022, started out again booming, and then May, interest rates jumped up. Everything just hit pause. Inventory rose as well. So we had a big pullback in homes sold. Also with the hedge fund and iBuyers, they pulled back. So home sales dropped to 648, but your average sales price was already up there from where it peaked in May. And that was at 612,582. Average price per square foot all the way up to 286. Days on market went up just a little, 238. So those are, again, some really insane numbers, but it's nice to see where we were so you can, again, understand these next stats and next slides I'm going to share with you, which is just talking about where we are and the big changes that we're seeing, especially when it applies to you as a home buyer. So again, this is the Cromford report, and a report I'll use quite often, almost daily, because of the information they share. Now, right now, today, I just looked, we're under 12,000 single family homes for sale. Pretty wild, considering in 2019, we were at 16,000 homes for sale at this same time. And back in the fall, we were at 17,500 single family homes for sale. And you may be wondering, well, why does this matter? Well, we're seeing less and less supply. And yes, interest rates rose. Last week when I looked, they're at 6.88. However, with less and less homes, that is helping keeping prices in check. And with buyers, I'm seeing more multiple offers just today involved in a multiple offer situation. So things are not doom and gloom. The end is not here. The crash, at least right now, is not showing its head. Now, this may be just a short window, but with these rates being higher, you would suspect that buyers would just be completely putting on the brakes. That is what I suspect the sellers are doing, because they don't want to trade in necessarily a 3 or 4% rate for a 6.88% rate. And it makes sense. But then it's just keeping that cycle going and going again with those low rates. So again, looking at this metric here, months supply of inventory dropped again. Listing success rate continues to go up. When it was dropping under 60%, I saw a huge opportunity for investments, for my investment buyers. They were getting excited, but then we started seeing that trend go upward. And paying attention to the trends is very important, that we can make decisions before the news is already here. But we're seeing those homes sell. So if a home is priced right, looks nice, it will sell. Where we run into the problem with homes not selling, or you have sellers who are still thinking it is early 2022 and they just put a sign in the yard and call it good and price it however they want and go crazy. Those are the homes that are not selling right now. So you do have to price your home where it needs to be in according with the market. But the good news is, if it meets that criteria, there are buyers out there and people who are willing to pay for that. So that is a good news. That is a good thing if you're a buyer. And then average monthly sales price for my last video continues to go up. We're at 523, still below where we were last quarter by 5,000 and last year. But as you remember from what I showed at the beginning of this video, 2 years, we're $200,000 above where we were 2 years ago, or 3 years ago at this point. Sorry about that. But we're still going to be in a good spot. And if you're a seller and if you owned your home for 2.5 years or more, really, according to this, 2 years or more, you still have a good amount of equity. But then they run into the problem, well, where would I go? Especially with home prices have gone up, rates have gone up, and then the cycle repeats itself. So how does this apply to you as a buyer? What do you do here? And that's a great question. So one, you got to understand, why are you moving here? What are you buying a house for? Now, if you're just buying a house just because, that's a whole nother scenario. And my clients who are well off, have money, they weigh of the comfort of a new home, the want versus need, and what is the trade-off? Trade-off, I get a great home versus now I have a higher payment. But if they can afford it and they like it, then they're proceeding. But we're still seeing more and more people moving here from across the country. My last 4 contracts and my next 3 I have under contract are all relocation from literally all over the country. Texas, San Diego, Oregon, and Virginia are my last 4. So again, more and more people are moving here, and that is keeping home prices really stable. If not, as you see, they are rising. So don't believe the hype of the crash is coming. And that's what every comment I see from not just my channel, but a lot of channels where they're talking about the crash. Well, if you keep saying there's going to be a crash, eventually you're going to be right. A broke clock's right twice a day or something like that. So just understand, why are you buying a home? Now, the market, I'm never going to tell anyone, oh, you have to buy it. It's up to you. And the market is always good for someone in a quote unquote good market or a bad market. It's always good for someone. Let's say the bottom falls out, home prices fall. Well, that's going to be great for my investor clients who are going to try and scoop up as many homes as they want. Versus, in 2021, 2022, when it's that seller's market, I had sellers completely just cash in and made a fortune on homes they really didn't care about selling, but they saw the opportunity there, sold, and some of them even chose to rent while they waited and decided what they wanted to do. Some moved out of state. So again, you have to look at the totality of everything that is going on, but pay attention to the trends, the leading indicators and the lagging indicators, and understand how that works for you. Now, I want to tell a story about my police days and how I relate that to law enforcement. So hang with me here. So when I was a detective, I was assigned a home invasion case. Now, I had very little to go on, really. I had a good idea, but not enough to make an arrest. So what I did is it was a very minor charge. I collected all of the evidence possible. And as an investigator, I go to social media a lot. I collect social media data and cell phone records, friends, family. All of that comes together to help me build my case and also to build rapport with the suspect. Now, if you're watching this interview from afar, you would think, is he friends with the suspect? So each time you interview someone, it varies. Now, not everyone you can be friendly with, but not everyone you can take that hard-nosed approach with, because then they'll just shut down. And I use that when I work with other agents and also their clients. What approach do I need to take? So anyhow, with this case is I collected all of my evidence and I built rapport. I got him talking. And next thing you know, I get a full confession with very little evidence of this home invasion. Got the evidence, got the gun, got my guy. He took a plea, 20 years, prison. It was great. But how did I get there? Again, it was building rapport, getting as much data and evidence as possible to help build my case as it went on. And at the end, the result was met. The goal was met. Everyone was happy. The victim was happy. Now, what does that have to do with real estate? Well, same thing. When I'm working with clients and they're interested in a property, I will do everything I can to learn about that agent. What makes that agent tick? What do they like to do? Just wrote an offer today. The agent likes running. I knew that before I talked to the agent. I sent that agent a video with my offer, built rapport. Again, learn things about their client before we submit. So that way it helps us build a strong offer, what we need to do to win, what we need to do to get the best offer possible for my clients when I negotiate. Now, some people may say that's not fair. Well, there is no fair in real estate. I'm not breaking any laws, not breaking rules. Now, whatever they want to tell me, that is on their fault and, or that is their fault. And, I don't have a duty necessarily for them not to tell me things. I'll ask anything and everything. They don't have to tell me that. And I'll also learn about the client. I go on the client's social media. You'll be surprised what sellers will sell or share on their own social media. And I can see, all right, how desperate is that seller? How motivated are they? What else can I learn about the house? Are there things they're hiding? Do I see things from 2 years ago that, all right, yeah, we need to know about this? But again, using that negotiating, and this is completely off topic, but from my past life to this one, greatly helps my clients. And then understanding the data of what we're seeing in today's market. So if you were in today's market looking to buy or sell, at least just have that conversation and look at all of the facts. If you're not solely set on moving here, but who knows what the future will hold? I can't predict what is going to happen. All I know is what I'm seeing right now is again, I'm calling it aggressive balance. Now it varies from area to area, from Santan Valley to, Surprise, different markets. So it's real estate is hyper local, even down to the neighborhood. And if you want more info on each area, each neighborhood, let me know. I'll gladly put together a video. And if there's things I'm missing or things you want info on in these videos that you would find helpful, again, let me know. You will not hurt my feelings if I miss something. Either drop it in the comments, send me an email, but definitely follow me on Instagram. Connect with me there, ask me questions, and I would love to help you make that move to Arizona if that's something you're looking to do. But again, this is Rich Brecklin, Real Broker, Arizona real estate agent, and I'll see you on the next video.